and welcome back to Banjo-Kazooie, everybody. In this video, we are going to hopefully finish up in Mumbo's Mountain. We've got a couple more jiggies to collect, we've got a couple more things to do, but we should be out of here in no time. So 5 jiggies. Should be a piece of cake to get the last 5. We learned all of Bottle's moves in the last video, so that means we should be able to finish up this world. Getting our last little Jinjo here. And we get the epic dance with one of those guys clipping through us, which is totally unfair. Oh, I'll get my health back. That was weird. Clipped through us, took our life. We just take his life back. No big deal. Extra life for us. We're using the Beak Buster to destroy all of these huts that we learned how to do in the last video. And make 7 jiggies. There's a totem pole here. We Juju, Mumbo's totem pole, feed us with nice blue stones. Alright, so you need to feed him eggs, obviously. This takes a little bit of timing, which I do not have. So you need to shoot the egg into the statue's mouth. Each head that you destroy, the next one will move faster, so it just takes a little more timing each one. Before you destroy the last one, wait. Climb up on its head, collect the empty honeycomb piece. We need one more in this world after this. And if you destroy all of them, you'll get yourself a nice jiggy. So, thank you, I'll be taking that. And we still have that hut to explore, but that's one of the last things I do. So there's going to be a couple more things I want to do before we leave. Because we only need one more jiggy. So, we got to figure out how to get that one. We're making good progress with our notes, too. We've got 25 more to find. Alright, 81. We need to go into this little tower here with ants. Hey, ugly! No bears allowed in Ticker's tower. Well, you're mean. I want to kill you, but I'm not. I'm not going to justify killing you. If you're curious to know, I just came here for the Mumbo token because if you try to climb up here, as you can see, if I come up on here, I will automatically fall down. Kazooie and Banjo cannot physically climb that tower, so we're going to have to find other means of getting up there. The last thing that I had missed was over here, back where Conga is. There's a little switch we need to hit, which will allow us to get something in the overworld. However, I couldn't hit it before because I didn't have the Beak Buster. But now that I do, shouldn't be much of a problem. Just come over here. These are called Grunty switches, or that's what everyone I know calls them. And what you do is you just slam Kazooie down onto Grunty's sexy face, and it will allow a jigsaw to appear in the overworld. And there's going to be a bunch of jiggies in the overworld, and those count towards the 100 total jiggies that this game has. So you do want to hit those switches when you see them, because it will allow you to get 100% completion of the game, essentially. So we'll be getting that when we leave the world. But for now, I think we should probably go into this hut and see what's up over here, because this looks rather peculiar. And this guy here, if you remember, we saw him in the opening of the game. He was playing a xylophone, I do believe. So, speak to him, see what he has to do. Me, Mumbo, best shaman in all game, can help Banjo and Filthy Feathered One. Watch it, hot boy. Mumbo's magic, tokens hid by witch. Find tokens and Mumbo help you. Ah, Banjo has plenty tokens. Stand on skull and press X to see mighty Mumbo magic. Aha, so Mumbo tokens. We're collecting them from Mumbo. Who would have thunk it? So, each Mumbo token you collect, you'll be taking to Mumbo, and he will take the tokens and use his magic on you. So, it's a pretty interesting feature. So we're going to hop on the switch. He's going to take away all of our Mumbo tokens that we've got, and he transforms us into a termite. How nice of you. That's an interesting spell you've got there. Termite, bit small, but not bad for a first spell. Mumbo needs practice, but that's okay, Mumbo. Alright, so yeah, we get to play as a termite, which is pretty interesting. It's a really cool feature. Mumbo will transform you into all sorts of cool things. Whenever you transform, you will always still adorn your trademark shorts and backpack, which just looks really funny, but is really quirky and kind of cool, I think. I'm going underwater as the ant because you don't have air, and it's also pretty easy to just get the notes. You also have to be an ant to climb up this hill and get that last honeycomb piece. It's way too steep for Kazooie. I mean, you could jump off the edge, I think, technically, and land by fluke, but I would much rather just use the termite. Hey, where did you get those shorts? I want them. No, none for you. These ants are all a bunch of bullies. Give me that cool backpack or else. Nah, I'm just gonna run away now. So in most cases, when you transform, it will allow you to get an item or a jiggy or something. In this case, obviously this is going to help us get some notes, some eggs, and hopefully a jiggy at the top of the hill. So I usually always do the transformations last because it just makes the most sense to me. Generally, everything that you do is Banjo and Kazooie related, and then they always have kind of a small little thing to do as your transformation. So there we go, that is the last jigsaw piece. Alright, so we can hop off here. You won't take full damage as a termite, which is pretty awesome. And I've only missed 3 notes. Other than that, we are done. I'm just going to go collect those notes over here, and we're going to leave the world. You can also transform over and over and over again, the same transformation. So you only have to pay for your transformation the first time. After that, it's free. And yeah, that's about all I have to say for that. So, if we look at our view totals, 100 notes, 10 jiggies, 2 honeycomb pieces, and just under 17 minutes, which is pretty slow. There are some crazy speedruns of this game, but of course I'm not really here to speedrun it, so I'm not too concerned with that. Now, to get that jiggy that we got with the Gruntilda switch, I'm actually going to have to leave this world as a termite. Which is okay, you can leave the world as your transformation, don't worry, you're not going to get in trouble. Gonna climb up this mountain, grab that jiggy. You will get in trouble, however, if you try to leave. So if I try to leave Mumbo Mountain area, Mumbo will come up and say his magic is weak, and if we keep going, his magic is going to be lost, and it does. It gets lost. So don't try to leave the world and go on your adventure and try to save your sister as a mighty termite. That would be pretty cool, but unfortunately you're not allowed to do that. So we're back to the Baron Bird until we can transform again. And over here we've got Bottles. Let's see what he has to say. This is a note door sealed by Grunty with one of her powerful musical spells. Open it up then, Jam Jars. It's not that simple. To open it, you must collect the musical notes from the worlds. How many do we need? The number on the door is the strength of the spell. The combined total of all your best note scores from the worlds must be at least this to break Grunty's magic. Okay, so because we collected all 100 notes in Mumbo's Mountain, when you walk up to a note door, it will tell you the current amount of notes that you have. So if you collect 100 notes in each world, you'll be able to break every single door. If you just collect notes here and there and you leave a couple out, then it reduces your chances of opening the doors because the doors increase in number for each one that you go into. Banjo does his little victory dance, and we're able to move forward. And like Bottle said, it's your best note score, so if you only collected 60 in each world, then the game is going to register that you only collected 60 out of 100. And if you want to go back and collect the other 40, then that's great. It will bring your total up. So we're going to do a little bit more collecting here. Grunty's overworld, her lair, is pretty cool because there's lots of stuff that you can find. So I always suggest like exploring as much as you can. For example, you've got these magic cauldrons. If you find 2 of the same color, it creates a shortcut in Grunty's lair, which is very useful. Every single time you stop playing the game, it'll bring you back to the front of Grunty's lair where we started the video. And sometimes it's kind of a far walk to try and get to where you need to go, so it's pretty useful. You'll also see this lady here and there, so Hello there, young ones. I'm Bruntilda, Gruntilda's nicer sister. I've crept down here to help you defeat the old hag. It's about time she was taught a lesson. I know all of Grunty's disgusting secrets, and I'll tell you 3 of them every time you find me. Remember them well, young ones, as they will help you avoid a fiery fate. Press X if you'd like to hear them. Okay, so figures that Grunty has a nice sister who's going to help us take her down. All right. So every time you see Bruntilda, you can talk to her, and she'll tell you some useless Grunty facts. Grunty brushes her rotten teeth with tuna ice cream flavored toothpaste. Ugh. She also washes her hair with rancid milk. Yuck. And she gets her clothes from the witch's warehouse. When you open a world door, baddies escape and roam once more. Alright, so she'll teach you 3 unique secrets for every Bruntilda you talk to. The same Bruntilda will tell you the same thing over and over again. Keep in mind that these are going to be different and random for every single game. So if you're playing 2 or 3 different games, you're going to get all sorts of different random Grunty facts. So don't try to just think they're all the same. So if you're low on health, Bruntilda will also fill up your life. So she's very, very useful. We're also going to open up our second world, which looks to be Treasure Trove Cove. To remove pieces that you have already put down, move the right stick down, but once the picture is complete, all the pieces are stuck there permanently. I have no idea why in the world you'd want to take out pieces. It serves absolutely no purpose whatsoever. But saving jigsaw pieces really doesn't do anything for you, so I really wouldn't bother. Our next destination is to pretty much find the opening of our next world. There's a couple things to collect, though. Let's go in through this pipe. And hopefully I don't run into the enemy. Destroy him. There's another pot here. It's a different color, though. This is an orange one, so the 2 pots that we had don't match. Which would be kind of silly anyways, because they're so close by. As a Mumbo token to collect. There's Mumbo tokens to collect in the worlds as well as Grunty's overworld. You'll have Mumbo tokens left over by the end of the game, so don't worry about collecting them all if there's a couple that are completely out of your way. Can't go in there yet, so we'll have to go to the next world. So I may or may not collect all the Mumbo tokens I see because I'm going to be left with a couple of extra ones anyways. So if I can turn my camera around, which it doesn't seem to be cooperating. There's an area over here in the water, if I can just jump in, I guess. Down there, we don't need to go there yet. But we'll keep that in mind for later. We do need to go down here, though. And this is the location of the world that we just opened up. So, very fittingly, it's a big treasure chest because the world is called Treasure Trove Cove. I'm pretty excited because this is one of my favorite worlds. I think a lot of people that have played this game would probably agree with me. This is one of the really kind of unique ones I like quite a bit. So hopefully we'll be able to go there in the next video. Hopefully you will all join me. And if you do, then I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.